Hey, it's your platform partner. You already know. Yes, it's D Jackson, all about making things happen. And I'm addicted to action. Question: we're going to talk a little bit about the power of teaching, educating, speaking, persuasion, keeping people's attention. Now, if you're a person that is wants to know more about that, how to sell, keep people engaged, like through video or through public speaking or through a conversation, let's talk about something that's really important. I want to talk about fear. And I want to talk about fear of your, like, if your audience is experiencing fear. A lot of times we don't think about who our audience is and what they're going through in their life. And in America, you got to realize, in fact, across the world, many people in society are people that are full of fear, people who have or going through pain, right? And when I say fear of pain, most of these people, they might be afraid of not making enough money, afraid of not living their life's legacy, afraid of crossing the street, because they might get hit by a car. I don't know, but everybody's afraid of something, right? And a lot of times, and the media creates this. The media creates a situation where they're always talking about crime. They're always talking about how things are so bad. So they almost make people want to be pessimistic, right, and be negative. And one of the quickest ways to sell is to make people feel afraid, make people feel uncomfortable. This is what salespeople do. Now, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about something, a revelation I kind of had today about that, is that if you're teaching something and you really want people to use it and be impacted by that, you got to think about the fear that the person has. Because if a person is afraid, the brain it begins to shut down, and it's hard for them to learn. So you could be teaching them some great information. I mean, you could be giving the best game in the world. You could be telling them how to, be able to create millions of dollars to cure cancer, cure AIDS and everything. But if this person is in a very fearful mindset, it's hard for them to learn. It's very difficult to learn. I want you to think about this. Imagine you're walking down the street. Imagine you're hungry, right? You're looking for something to eat, right? You're homeless. Imagine this. So someone says, you know what? I'm going to teach you. I'm going to give you some food. Show you how to give you something to eat. All right. So now you got their attention. But let's say, for instance, you're about to give this person something to eat, or this person about to give you something to eat. Imagine if someone walks up with a gun, pulls the gun out, and put a gun to your head. Are you still thinking about that sandwich? No. You're not really thinking about the sandwich, because now human nature, you're thinking about just surviving. Your mind is on survival mode. It's not about doing extra things. It's not about that. You have to you have to just escape the fear, the circumstance and situation before you can learn anything else extra. And this is sort of the mindset of a lot of your listeners. Many times people have such fear in their lives that they're dealing with. It's almost like they have a psychological gun to their head. They're thinking, oh, I have to do this at my job. I gotta, if I'm going to lose my home, I might lose my whatever social media following. It's something that whatever they built up, they feel like they might lose it. They might lose their life. They might lose their respect of the family member or something. So people have these psychological fears. We all have them. And if sometimes when we teach people, they don't take action because as speakers, we haven't totally addressed the fear, which is why if you look at most videos, or most entertainers and speakers, the ones who entertain, you get a comedy video will get more likes than a video that's talking about education, right? And many times, because when you're entertaining the brain, now you're taking away the fear, because you're distracting the mind and you're getting emotional with them. So I want you to keep that in mind and have balance when you're teaching or when you're talking and you're trying to get a message across. Think about having some entertainment involved. Think about something to keep their brain engaged that's more than just the information, because people might be afraid.